pop that mother.
Well, now. All right.
Yeah, I never had it on ice. I don't know. Some Scotch, I mean, the Isla Scotches don't go good on ice, but a lot of people drink Scotch on ice. You know?
You've convinced me.
You don't have to.
You've been after me for a couple weeks, and I'll give it a shot.
Try that out. Oh, yeah, buddy. You know what, man? I think it's a sweet apple.
Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît.
And, but it's like a, it's like a Jolly Rancher apple. And a little bit of that funk, man, that barley funk.
I agree with the funk. I'm getting a little caramel, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that. There's
maybe that's
sweet,
where that sweet apple. What you're thinking?
but most, there's perfume right there, man.
That a little bit of that funk on the aftertaste.
Did you taste it?
Yeah, this sticks around.
So this is a blended Scotch, and to be called a Scotch, you just have to be made in Scotland.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do we have in the way of a cigar today?
All right. The wise man.
Ooh.
Always say something.
Gwense. El Gwense.
El
Gwense.
Gogwense.
Not John Elwayson.
I thought John Elway said something.
We're not smoking a John Elwayson. Gwense.
Anyway.
Gwense, the wise man. Number 3, Vincent.
In 2018,
Boom.
Cigar Aficionado, it got beat out for second place, barely, I hear.
Just
barely, by the Opalencia.
Valencia.
Which was not too bad.
Right?
And the wrapper, I don't get much.
I was getting a dark
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Maybe, yeah. Chocolate.
a little subtle hay.
Little barnyard. Cut these bad boys up.
Well, Vince, what's your initial thoughts?
So what's your initial thoughts?
No, I want to hear you first.
No, you first.
I'd like to hear what you have to think about the retro.
Well, pepper. Black pepper. Maybe
Black pepper on the retro.
but a little spiciness on the tongue, too.
Black pepper on the retro.
In the palate, I get an espresso, dark coffee of some sort.
Yes.
A suede.
A suede.
I always say leather.
A suede.
Here's a little suede.
Down in Savannah.
Down in Savannah, we wear suede.
Suede.
Fringes. Definitely medium to full body.
I don't know if it's the Scotch,
I don't know if it changes it much.
but this feels like, I want to say elegant, but it feels quality. I don't know what that says about taste or anything, but just the cigar itself, the smoke, how it's smoking.
This is a better cigar. This is
You know what I'm trying to say?
This is not a cheap cigar, and that's not, it's not the most expensive Scotch, but that's an entry-level Scotch, and that's a good entry-level Scotch. Not
What's with the Dewar's?
Dewar's is okay.
I almost thought about buying that.
When I get
Am I just buying the name if I buy Dewar's?
Dewar's is also blended Scotch.
Okay.
And Dewar's is a big old name. As far back as Johnny Walker. See, Johnny Walker and Dewar's, they were people that owned stores. You would go there and they would fill up your bottle with whiskey. But the problem was, in Scotland back in them days, some people were doing some funny stuff with whiskey, like adding some bad chemicals and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And America did that too. Johnny Walker and Dewar's were the first people that would buy barrels, taste them, and try to blend them into something that was theirs. So it kind of tasted similar. That way people would think, oh, well, every time I go there, this is the same thing with McDonald's. Consistency is important. And then branding, important.
And I'm going to stop us here for a moment, and I'm going to reel us back in. And you know what? You know when it's a good pairing. If you paid attention through the multitude of episodes we've done to this point, you know it's a good pairing when we don't speak at all about the cigar or the whiskey, and we just get lost in conversation. Because it's just such a good experience. It's
approaching the second, third, and it's changing. I think it's mellowing out a little bit. That pepper is
definitely a darker.
It's dropped off.
Yep, more savory kind of darkness. I get a chocolate,
cocoa chocolate, a little leather too. It's got a little bit of everything. Everything is coming at you all at the same level.
Yes, it's getting close.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you know what I started to notice is it starts to smoke from the very top when it's getting.
Yeah, you talk me into it, man.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
But look at that, man.
Is that what you want?
There's no tunneling. There's no canoeing. There's no tunneling. Look at that. That's what a cigar is supposed to look like when the ash falls off. This is a very well-constructed cigar.
And look at that. That happened.
Timing. What
honestly,
timing?
like 10 seconds after yours.
Consistency. We were talking about consistency.
This is a quality-made product.
This is a good product. Nicaragua, man. You're killing it.
That is true. That is true. And if correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know why I need to be poking you on this. I get to take one of these home today, don't I? Well, c'est la vie.
La vie.
What a great pairing.
What a great day.
What a great...
It's because...
It's okay.
It's a Scotch, buddy. It's your first Scotch, man. It's a perfect Scotch. It's just the perfect day. Who'd have thought? 32 degrees.
32 degrees.
That leather is amped up a little bit here in the second, third, I think.
Let me give it a shot.
Pepper dropped off. A little bit of the wood. Whenever the pepper drops off, I get the wood. I get the wood. Which I think is just a burning thing. And still a little bit of that espresso dark chocolate. It's almost intermingled. They're always there together for me.
All right. So at this point, we need to talk a little bit here, Vince, about bottle placement on our adequate bar. Are we going lower shelf, upper shelf?
Well, okay.
Now, our lower shelf is our upper shelf, where we can easily
as far as, this is a cigar and whiskey pairing. Because of the smokiness of Islay Scotch, it does not go well with a lot of Islas because it mutes the smoke, and that's what you're looking for in the Islas, the smoke, the saltiness. So...
Oh, no! No.
Yeah. Not my favorite overall, but not my favorite whiskey, period. But as far as cigars, my spot's going to be reserved for a Scotch more than likely. There's not a bourbon that's going to go there. Yeah.
Wow. That just happened. Lefroy went top shelf. That was Vince's go-to. That's Vince's. That's my Jack Daniels for Vince. I almost feel guilty now that the Jack Daniels is remaining.
That's all right.
Wow.
Whatever you want. That's your thing.
That's how much you like
This
that
is my
monkey shoulder?
spot. This is your spot, and these are our combined tops.
Wow. Okay.
And we've agreed with these ones. So.
Wow. Okay. I feel inspired because Vince gave up the Lafroig, and I feel like I'm going to give up the Jack Daniels at this point. What a big moment.
What are you dropping?
Uh-oh. It's going to be a surprise.
That just happened.
For those of you that couldn't see, the Quiet Man came down in my spot that I reserved for Jack Daniels. Right? That's...
You haven't had a lot of, you haven't got this deep into whiskey before.
No.
And this is a pretty good start, man. You've had more whiskeys than literally 99% of people that say they are whiskey drinkers. Oh, Scotch.
Look at Happy Vince.
Sweet little Scotch.
Happy Vince.
You know what, man? Maybe it is because it is a little chilly. But a lot of people literally say on the taste they get a little bit of a vomit, and they say it's because of that malted barley. And I don't get it, man.
Maybe I'm completely wrong when we're talking about malt and barley, but I get a Ceres's chocolate malt. Don't you remember getting chocolate malts as a kid? The malt they would add to that chocolate shake.
That's not really.
I don't know if that's the same thing or not.
I don't know what they did there.
I don't ever. When
But
you say malt,
malted
I don't
barley,
ever get a vomit.
No, I don't either. That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Literally what I'm saying. To malt barley, they let it sprout just a little bit. They wet it. I think I've talked about this before. They put it in a big barn or the basement of some big barn, and they spray it with water and let it go for a day or two till it starts sprouting. Because barley is a seed, and when a seed starts to sprout,
I think we've hit a really good cigar, a really good Scotch that will pair well with just about any other of its kind.
I concur. And forever in my life, I will always hold a cigar like this now. So it lets you see the band, and it's kind of annoying to me because it looks kind of stupid.
Let's talk about that. Is there, and this is very superficial, but it is, I'm going to let that go, but it is something I've thought about occasionally. Is there an accepted, that's not the word, is there an accepted way of holding a cigar?
Well,
is it
this is like the hook. The hook is the most common. I do this a lot.
I've noticed.
I don't know why, but
that doesn't work.
The cigarette thing
doesn't work.
So,
and
there are people that do it, but I would say the most common
is the hook. I go between the hook and a little variation on yours.
Yeah.
Where I go.
And then in France, they go like this. Oui, oui. Mayonnaise.
Le bibliothèque.
Oh, bibliothèque. I think that's a
library.
It's library in Spanish, though. I think.
Well, it's library in French too.
I think it's actually a bibliothèque. Bibliothèque is Italian, so it's I call it the library.
And you're listening to Rock Through the Ages with John and Vince. Actually, Leaving Spirits. Let's talk a little bit about a cigar and a spirit. Where are we at here, Vince?
Well, we're coming up on the final third. Hasn't changed. It may be amping up a little bit because it got a little mellow in the second third.
Yes, but a strong mellow.
Yeah, but the nicotine is there. It's as far as the strength of the cigar, mild to strong. Good nicotine, pretty good smoke output, razor sharp burn, great construction. I mean, even the end is like triple cap, so Nothing's coming unraveled. It's just
No,
a
it's a
well-made
clean
cigar.
smoke. Bit of an epiphany. The reason this cigar didn't crack the top 3. Well, it was number 3, right?
Yeah. It got beat out by the Opalencia though, which is
there's no really outstanding singular flavor notes in the cigar. It's just such a solid cigar.
You know what monkey shoulder means?
No.
When the barley is malting, they have to take a shovel and flip it over.
Mm-hmm.
So all day long, these people would flip this over.
Oh, so they would have.
So one shoulder would be like this.
Got it.
So they would kind of like be, it was called their monkey shoulder, the messed up shoulder. So the people that did this for a living would always end up in their old age like this.
That's
what
sad.
monkey shoulder means.
Well. All right, so final third.
Final third.
We're gonna line it up. What do you got, Vince?
Final third. I think espresso, dark chocolate.
A certain savory note. It's mellowed into a just a warm kind of yummy, right?
Absolutely.
So
not sweet though. There's no sweet element to this. I get that leather.
Yes.
And I get the pepper.
Throw down some digits.
Some digits.
Rate it. What do you got? What's your number?
I'd say 92.
We're pretty close. I was going 91.
So what do you think, John? Good pairing?
I'm going to go with this all day long. All day long. And, I think for me, it's going to be one of those, if somebody's like, hey, I got a couple cigars, I'm going to be like, hey, I got a great Scotch. Or if somebody's like, hey, I got a great Scotch, I'm going to be like, hey, I got a great cigar.
You need to try this.
Right. So either choice.
Yeah.
I mean, together, they're awesome, but I think either one of these cigars will pair well with anything in the corresponding family.
So that's a 5-minute explanation of good pairing. So like I'm a big fan of the Wiskey Vault. So and the Whiskey Tribe. I am a magnificent bastard. So they always end their show with a toast. So I'm going to try ending our show with a toast.
I'm going to let you take this one 100% solo.
Okay.
It's your toast.
So here's to me. Here's to you. If we ever disagree, here's to me. And you.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
God damn it. Do it.
Like and subscribe.
Just go back here and do the same exact thing.
What did I say?
And beep you.
Hey, just like and subscribe. That's all you got to do.
It'd help us out. And hit that bell.
Ding, 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 ding.